Hi everyone, it's Enchantress. So I'm here with a flip through. I don't know, just V gave me the idea. So V is showing you a flip through of the Romance Angels, which is right now only available either really expensively or through like a third party who's done their own version, done their own packaging of it or something. I'm not sure how they do that, but anyway. But I wanted to show you. I got mine. Luckily, I got mine before Doreen did her little renunciation of her cards or whatever. I have a video too. If you want to look in my playlist under important information, good information, or something like that. There's an interview with Doreen Virtue. I think it's still there, maybe not, but anyway, you can see the interview with Doreen Virtue, who she explains why she gives up her cards, her making of her cards, and she kind of evolved in to me that seems like a little bit a different direction than most people do. So she went back to her Christianity and the teachings of the Bible and that kind of thing. So that's how she explains this. But anyway, but just like V says, I appreciate her. No matter what she's done right now in her life, I still appreciate what she did before, and these cards are definitely really beautiful. When I started this channel, this is the third deck that I got. So first, on the way home from a very important pilgrimage, when I got to this place, in 2018, I bought my first Oracle deck, which was the Enchanted Oracle by Chance. It's called Enchanted, and it's a really nice little Oracle deck, and it's kind of a little bit gothic, a little bit, but not necessarily dark, just a little bit more moody and gothic. And then when I got home, I like, okay, I need new tarot cards, because the only tarot cards that I had at the time was a Rider-Waite deck that I had given to my daughter. So then I ordered Shadowscapes. So those two were my main two decks. And then right soon after, I got the Romance Angels. So I still have the date. It was September 4th, 2018 that I bought this deck. And I just want to show you how they held up. So now today, if you're watching in real time, well, if you're not watching in real time, it's good to know that what this day is too. We're June 13th, I don't know, June 2020. And let's see how this deck has held up. So this box, I love having Oracle decks in boxes, because I'm going to make sure that it zooms nicely, because this is a review after all. Yeah, so the box has held up very nicely. Very sturdy box, very nice. Look at the edges are still pretty good and everything after 2 years. And so I like storing stuff in boxes better than, if it's a nice sturdy box, I prefer the box over a bag. If it's one of those flimsy boxes sometimes, and then like the gigantic kits, that's usually the time where I store cards in a bag, is if the cards come in a big kit box, I don't want to lug around this big box everywhere, so I either put the box up on my shelf or whatever. Anyway, so we can just look through you see the book has, I rarely use the guidebook because she, nicely puts all the important information right in front. But you might like to look in the book sometimes, because on some of my private readings, I turn to the book to get Doreen's actual wording, and some really special things jump out sometimes, The other thing that I love very much about this is that it's the baby angels. It's the cherub angels who run this show, and besides the cherubs, we've got I just want to reiterate, while using these cards, you will work with the Romance Angels. Their voices are sweet, highly pitched, which is true. I hear them. I hear singing and laughter and giggling, and they're touching my arms right now, and calm. They tend to speak in unison in a melodious multi-part harmony way. I totally hear all of that. You also feel the presence as warm, playful excitement within and around your heart, and they will make you giddy. And it's true. It's kind of like, that's why I think a lot of people resonate with them, and why the messages most of the time come out really positive, even if there are some of the, the less positive cards, they still ultimately have a good message. And the archangels are Michael, Jophiel, Smule, and Raphael, and Raguel. So that's a kind of nice thing to remember. I was watching my old review and how to and what I said, and those are still important to me today as it was in 2018. So that's pretty cool. All right, so and about the author, and you can learn a little bit about her, and then what she's up to now, what's become of her. And I'm not going to do a huge flip through, maybe just a run through, but I just want to show you the edging is the only thing that really has changed in time. It was extremely shiny, gilded, and you can see it's just worn a bit, especially in the top. You can see the wear. I mean, honestly, it looks better than my gilded decks, that homemade gilded deck still, but it was super shiny, and it was plated, it looks like mirror effect, but it doesn't have that mirror quality anymore. So, but they've always been pretty easy to shuffle. I've been able to shuffle them just like a regular deck, even though they're large. They've always been real easy to shuffle, so, oh gosh, I had them in order. Well, there you go. And of course, rifle shuffling. And so they do kind of get a little warped over time, so you might want to shuffle them in the other directions sometimes, but like if you're doing private readings or whatever. Oops, not like that. No. Anyway, that. Or if you just want to see how they kind of warp a little bit, if you want to bend them back. But that's pretty natural for cards. And so yeah, that's pretty good for. And you guys know I use them. I mean, you've seen them in so many pick-a cards, so many private readings. So it's not like they haven't been used. They're one of my go-tos, okay? And so yeah, if you can just see the images, I mean, they're glossy, and sometimes we don't like glossy when we're doing videos, but definitely the glossy helps hold it up with time, I don't have any. I mean, you can see maybe very fine scratches maybe here and there, but I don't have major dents. And also, I'm not a very brutal shuffler. I shuffle a little bit. I shuffle like I showed you, and then when I get the cards here, after I do a really quick flip through, I'll shuffle, and you can see, and then we'll see what a nice general collective reading might be for you. Let's see what comes out. Okay, so I just take them, turn it away, take it like this and shuffle. This is how I shuffle. There you go. Aha, collective reading, honeymoon. Nice. So some of you might be actually traveling, maybe with the one you love. There's a holiday coming up maybe you might be interested in. Now, in the book, I remember when holiday comes up, the bliss of holiday time together, I think she says something, this could represent the very next holiday coming up for you. So let's see what it says. Honey, and okay, so another thing I want to mention, here's a couple of great things. If you're making an oracle deck, this is perfect. For one, it's in alphabetical order. It's not numbered, which doesn't need to be, it's in alphabetical order. 2, the wording is right there, the main gist of it. And she's so good at getting to the heart of the matter in this small amount of words, right? 2, the extended explanation is brief. It's not real long and lengthy. So, honeymoon is enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. This card indicates the need for getting away to nurture romantic love. The specific application of this message depends on the person who is inquiring. For some, this card has a literal meaning. You are going away with your new spouse following your wedding. For those already in a long-time partnership, this card speaks to reigniting the spark by taking a romantic holiday. It can also relate to honeymoon period of a new relationship. And for still others, this card indicates that you will meet someone special while on a vacation. So those are very straightforward answers, meanings to this card, ones that I've used and other people have used often. They can be related to other cards around them or just messages that guides are giving to the reader. And yeah, so sometimes a fourth meaning for me has to do with holiday. You know, the word holiday jumps out. That's why I often turn to books to see how the author says something, because there's a word or something that might jump out that Spirit wanted me to see, you know, and say, hey, focus on that word, or focus on the word of enjoy, or focus on the word of bliss, you know. So sometimes certain words are more, even you can break down the word honey and moon, you know, something that has to do with honey coming up or moon. So words play a lot, just as much as the imagery does, you know. So, and what's neat about this one, a lot of people describe the angel, and all her cards that have angels in here, I feel like it adds an added divine guidance to the meaning of the picture. And it could be overseas, you know, it could be a place that you travel to overseas, and you have the couple here, you have a top hat, you know, just things like that might stand out for you. So, and it's kind of like a low sun, a cloudy sun, but not a sunset yet. So there you go. Those are just some things that you look at when you look at these cards, and they're really nice. And so the images used are, a lot of them are just like public domain, like pre-Raphaelite art that she uses, but it's also mixed in with some personal art as well, or from art from other people. I think actually these are mostly, like this one maybe, let's just check that out. Most of them are public domain art, pre-Raphaelite kind of stuff. Some of them, he's one of the artists that works a lot in her decks. Howard David Johnson, his manipulation, his photo manipulation of art is really very, very, very beautiful, very well done. Calling in Your Soulmate. This one is I knew this was different. This is Corey Wolf. I like this very much. That might be an artist you might want to look for other decks maybe. And Chemistry. This is pre-Raphaelite. This one too. This one too. Most of these are. And some of them are photo, you know, they're pre-Raphaelite art that Howard David Johnson has photogenically manipulated to like added elements or taken away elements, that kind of thing. So this one's neat. Religious Factors. Is Religious Factors one of the ones? I wonder about that one. Okay, here's another artist, Lisa Iris. Yeah, the Religious Factors. Lisa Iris did this. And you'll notice that in a lot of Doreen Virtue's cards. Like, she has a lot of mixed artists in her decks. And it's not just Doreen Virtue. Also, Radley Valentine has collaborated with a lot of Doreen Virtue's decks. So I'm thinking pretty sure that the ones that he's collaborated with are still out there for sale. The ones that only she has done, she's decided, well, I no longer want to sell these. And just so you know, you can get a kind of a copy of this for, you know, it's around $20 on Amazon, but it's the dimensions are 4x3, and the original dimensions here are more like a 5, almost a 5 by 3.5. You know, that size. So it's 5. The original dimensions 5 by 3.5, and there I did see an original one out there, and it goes for $289 now, and new, of course. I don't know how much a used one would be, but not that I want to give this up, because it's definitely a go-to deck, and I really like it, and I hope you like that re-review. After 2 years, it's held up great. The messages are still wonderful. Despite Doreen's change of heart, I still feel the angels' presence here. They touch me and sing to me and giggle and send loving messages out to you all the time. All right, so hope you like that, Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.